on.
He's killing his own character in doing that.
Yeah.
He's saying pretty much that he can't get the job done unless he does that. So it's almost like he's just admitted that he's going to lose.
Yeah, it's disappointing because they could still have Finn Balor come out as the demon but not lose. You know, they could easily do that. They could have Brock get DQ'd or whatever. So, you know, you just think like they would add so much to it. Imagine the pop, and then that gets Finn Balor really over with a win over Brock, not winning the title, but still a victory to his name, and could put him in a big match for WrestleMania then as in the Demon frame. I would just love to see that, but I'm guessing they won't. But that would be my dream scenario. I don't expect him to win the belt, but you know, it'd be great if they did do that run out and put him at the top again, rather than just be Finn Balor and then guess where Finn Balor is next month? Nowhere. He's back in limbo again. So it would be great if they actually sort of pounced on this opportunity, given now that Braun is not in this match. So, but reading into it, Matt, more, it seems like Brock Lesnar is a bit of a fan of Finn Balor, and he, by all accounts, hand-picked Finn Balor when he was asked, what do you want to do next? And apparently Heyman had sort of been in his ear about him. And, you know, Heyman is a pretty decent guy for spotting talent, and he's not stupid. A bit like Daniel Bryan, he always thought that was a dream match. This is another scenario. So I do feel like if Brock's into guys, and, you know, he'll make the best of this. And I do think he'll sell for Finn quite well. But this is just an opportunity, Matt, where WWE could really do something here with Finn, I feel, because, you know, a lot of people say Brock's only in business for himself, but, you know, you've only got to go back to see him against AJ and Daniel Bryan to see that that's not quite the case. And, you know, it's happened once. That was with Dean Ambrose, where he wasn't into it at all at that WrestleMania. That was not going down, and he didn't want to give anything up in that. But I think if he is into you, that's, you know, you might as well make the most of it. So, but for me, Matt, I go Brock Lesnar retaining, absolutely, going into WrestleMania now as the WWE Universal Champion, and this would be a big shock if Finn Balor would win, but you know, I'll definitely be quite shocked if we came back on next week and Finn Balor is holding that championship. But nonetheless, I do think Brock retains and goes on to WrestleMania. What about you, Matt?
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you wholeheartedly on that, but I will add that it is an immensely better match than what was pre-booked with Braun Strowman.
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
much rather see Finn in this match and this spot, and then getting this kind of stage than Strowman at this point in time.
Absolutely. So there you go, folks. Okay, now the men's Royal Rumble, of course. This match coming up again, and the people that have come into this so far. So we know that R-Truth is, by all accounts, number 30. I got a feeling something will happen now to him. Probably be laid on the floor backstage somewhere. That'll be R-Truth's night over. We know Drew McIntyre's in it, Big E, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, Seth Rollins, of course, Jeff Hardy, Dean Ambrose, Bobby Lashley, Samoa Joe, John Cena still there, Elias, Baron Corbin, and Jinder Mahal. They're the confirmed people in the Royal Rumble. And Matt, you know, I've got to say, if the bookies and a lot of our listeners pretty much have sided here with Seth Rollins is winning this undoubtedly. It's a massive sort of big turn. Again, last year there was probably about 4 people you could kind of say might win it. I think this year it's pretty much just Seth Rollins. I mean, there has been a little bit of talk for Braun, but it's just coming out. And I think Drew over the last couple of months has really gone down effectively, that they're not really going to go for that. And unfortunately, they didn't pounce on the opportunity for me with John Cena to call out this kind of, you know, trying to beat Flair's record. That's coming more from sort of social media and just fans that are like, watch it like us, that are calling for that. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think Seth Rollins' promos have certainly indicated that he's sort of been penciled in here, Matt. But what about you? Is there anything... I mean, what do you think about Seth Rollins winning, first of all, Matt? Is he the guy at the moment to go in and possibly take that mantle at the moment?
Yeah, I feel like you got to look to someone, and he is a professional, and he does have the skills to carry it. I mean, he's been there before, and he was the hand-chosen guy, and he had the title, and he did a good job back then. So I feel like, yeah, he's the safe bet. And people assume that he would choose Brock Lesnar, but it would be an equally incredible thing to see him go in and face Daniel Bryan or AJ Styles. That would be a great WrestleMania main event as well. So there's definitely a lot of scope and a lot of options for him to go forward with that. But then the Royal Rumble is always something that's out there for surprises, so it can't ever be 100% guaranteed. I'll throw a little thing out there as well, like regarding people that are involved. I have a sneaking suspicion that we will see probably, well, I'm probably going to make myself look stupid when he doesn't show up there, because you never know who's going to be involved. I'm going to say the Velveteen Dream.
Right, okay.
So, because he's conspicuously absent from the NXT kind of lineups, and he's been having some tremendous NXT kind of pay-per-view matches, so I feel like by him not being in it, it's kind of a tell.
Yeah, it would be great if they had some really talent that, you know, maybe only... I wouldn't mind seeing a couple of the UK guys have a go at it as well, you know, putting some of them in. And we know they're there because they've been filming the other stuff, so they have got those guys. I mean, even, you know, our found friend, the new guy that's turned up, Walter, whatever, I don't even want to announce it, he's there as well. So there are guys around, and they have done that in the past. I know... Matt Riddle has been going crazy on his social media that he wants to be in it, no matter what. He said he'll take somebody out for it, which made me just think, is it our truth? Is that what he's pointing at? Wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, I mean, there could be some... I'm hoping they go with that sometimes, because it is better than just having, I don't know, like the same old, and keeps you sort of engaged a little bit more. I suspect Matt will be getting a few... what do you think about Legends this year? Any sort of names coming to your mind? I know that, spoiler alert here, but I know that Big Show's been spotted around recently because he's been there, and also Hornswoggle has been mentioned. But any names for you, Matt, that you want to throw out? You don't want to throw like a Honky Tonk Man or something?
No, I don't think I'd throw that name out there. I mean...
Iron Sheep.
Just thrown out there, Big Show and Hornswoggle. They don't exactly wow me. I do kind of wonder these days where Kurt Angle is, like what his role is with the company. Perhaps maybe him, because at least we know he can still get it done in the ring. Well,
what about? I mean,
what we've seen, but I think physically he can.
What about somebody like Abyss, Matt? I mean, would they throw him in that early to get a bit of a pop?
I don't see that. I mean, a lot of people have to really pay their dues in WWE, and I feel like. It's like the Mick Foley thing where they used to classify him as a glorified stuntman. I feel like if they put Abyss in it, it would probably rub people up the wrong way backstage. Right.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Mick Foley, by the way, a little shout out here. I sent Matt the video. Billy Sharp's goal today for Sheffield United. He done the when he scored, he done the Mr. Socko celebration, and it was quite interesting because all the Sky Sports presenters didn't kind of know what it was, and then they were all talking about it and looking it up. But Mick Foley tweeted back as well, which I thought was pretty cool. So yeah, that was in for the Royal Rumble. That was a little thing there. Yeah, Billy Sharp, well done. But yeah, like you say, Matt, it's. With Legends, you never know. I'm hoping that... I know there is that thing about the respect, but, you know, I wouldn't mind somebody... I mean, just somebody that can get a bit of a pop, really. I mean, you've seen it with Diesel that time when he come out, Matt. I mean, that was crazy response that he got that time. So it'd be... I don't know who's around. I mean, there's so many guys now that you think, who's left that we haven't seen that would get that kind of response? There's not many, Matt. That are around that could probably generate that, but I don't know. I suppose you could always... I know people will be going, CM Punk! Very unlikely. But yeah, I know that some of those names will be around. But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully it will be a surprise, and you know, we'll be surprised ourselves. So Matt, we've got to call some winners here. Obviously Seth Rollins very much at the top of everyone's list. Is there any dark horses in this, Matt, that we are not focusing on that could come out of this? What about Kenny Omega, Matt? I mean, what is your position with that at the moment? Do you think he's not exactly announced yet for anything? Is WWE doing such an amazing job of, they've signed him, but we're going to pretend he's going, and they haven't signed him, and they're doing such an amazing job, and they're going to bring him in like AJ Styles, or is that too good to be true?
Yeah, there could have been a strong possibility of that, and then you can never really count anything out. It's just really unfortunate timing, isn't it, that his contract with New Japan doesn't run out until the end of January. It's like just those few days can make such a big difference.
Yeah.
I mean, there's every possibility that they could buy that out somehow, but I feel like he has nothing to lose by just staying where he is. Like, just moving on to AEW outside of WWE.
Yep.
It's not like his stock is going to crash or go down. He can still put on some great matches there, and WWE will still have him. I mean, AJ didn't even join up until his late 30s. So, he's still got a lot of time to play with.
Yeah, definitely. Interestingly, Matt, there was a few people that kept saying Andrade had a shot of winning at one point. What do you think about him? Would he be someone you'd position? Or
they're going quite strong with him. He's put on some great matches with Rey Mysterio. It's clear that people do like him. You know, the management do see the potential with the guy. I do kind of feel like his work on the mic lets him down a little bit. I know he has Zelina Vega there to pick up that kind of slack, but I feel like when you see what they do with people like Nakamura, they do rate that. You know, they do put a lot of stock in how good someone is on the mic, so that might be his only setback. I think he might get an honourable shout as the Iron Man for the match. You know, he might have a good showing in the ring there, lasting a considerable amount of time. But I don't feel like he really has an honest shot of winning it, though.
Fair enough. Drew McIntyre, Matt, he was my pick. I would, if I was rooting for anyone, I'd probably be rooting for him as a fan, to be honest with you, just because I'm a really big fan of his work. I think when he was in WWE, he was an excellent heel. He was such a smug character when he first came in as the chosen one and everything else, and then unfortunately that 3-man band thing happened. But when he went away, Matt, I think Mick Foley pointed out, like, this guy is a freaking star, and all of a sudden he looked absolutely incredible, and not only that, he was like an amazing baby face. So you feel like there's so much potential on both. He's got the look. I mean, he's got the Vince McMahon look there as well. But he's a great talent, Matt. But I've got a feeling, I do see good things for him still, but I've got a feeling that they're probably going to push towards Drew and perhaps John Cena at WrestleMania. I don't know. I just got that feeling that that's what they're going to go for now that Lars Sullivan hasn't worked out. I think that Drew's going to get that spot. But I think I was probably pushing for Drew just on the fact that him versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania would have been a real good time as a heel to go up against Brock for a change, and for once maybe get somebody over on the night, as I've always been saying. And the guy that beats Brock Lesnar is always going to get over, because just the amount of momentum that Brock's had over the past 4 or 5 years is incredible. And then you can push him to the sky with anything else, whether as a babyface or a heel. But he would have been just a fresh take on things. I'm not saying Seth can't do it, but for me it just would have been more fresh and something different. And I do think Drew can pull it off. I think you saw Jinder do a great job. I'm 100% sure that Drew can pull this off. But I don't know. We know Vince, at one point, he was doing the character thing, that he was a chosen one. I just wish they'd kind of mentioned that a few times, and that'd be good. But for me, Matt, I think they're going to go with John Cena in that one. Speaking of John Cena, Matt, I know you've got a little outside bet going on that one, as do I, in fact. I put that down yonks ago because I really thought they were going to push for this storyline. I always think every year they're going to do it. But John Cena with hair, Matt, this feels like. You say you got the new Daniel Bryan, but this is like John Cena with JBL hair in the Royal Rumble. But for you, Matt, is this not going to be the one? It's not going to be John Cena and perhaps you probably get to the end type of thing. You don't see them doing that storyline at the moment for the belt.
No, I do feel like John Cena's role in the company for the foreseeable future is just to help enhance other talent. Let them get a win over him, and it kind of helps them move along. So perhaps he will be at WrestleMania in that kind of role, but I don't really see him gunning for the 17th title just yet.
Fair enough. Okay, other mentions we should probably mention. Braun Strowman, Matt. There still is some people suggesting Braun versus Brock at WrestleMania. Do you think that sort of ship's gone now, and that's WWE not interested in Braun as the champion, or Do you think that is a possibility right there?